All right, welcome to part 2 of Mondays on menopause, with me showing you how I became the quilted bag lady. So if you didn't see the first part, go back and watch that. That had all the purses. This is going to be all the totes. We're going to start with the unzipper totes and end with the zipper totes. All right, so with this one, this is that tote version of the gypsy tote with the ties and the gathered sides, and it has open. This is probably my absolute favorite tote pattern, and it's going to be a pattern on my website, and it will be updated and revised and have a new name. But and this is that same tote. This is done out of pre-quilted fabric, kind of to speed the process up a little bit. These two are what I call the project tote, and this one's missing the bags that go inside, but this was designed for you to be taking to classes, etc., with your projects in it. So it had pocket on the front, pockets on the side, and a pocket on the back, and then multiple elastic, etc., pockets on the inside. I used this for knitting. I used it for taking to classes. I'm missing the inside bags that go with this one, but I have found at least one. And I had some of these bags had vinyl windows on them so you could see what was in there, but they all had these unquilted little bags that went inside, and these had this little Velcro at each end so that at the end of these zipper panels you could hook them down. But this was to hold your project inside, and then you had, you know, large pockets, front and back, sides, and then inside. So that way you could just kind of change out whichever project. You pull the inside bag out and put your project in. It can be on your shelf or whatever. So this one was called Expandable Tote. It was kind of a take on one of the purses that I had that had this crossover type of pockets. But these go all the way down. And then it had, the bottom was a rectangle, but it had these little corners that went up the side, and that formed the side of the bag. And then it was expandable in, this part would pop up, make it taller, and then I had a zipper in it. So that was called the Expandable Tote, and that is from 2004. This is, let me see if I can find all of them. Oops, I hit my phone. All of them. This is my most popular pattern. Pull these all out. I think that's all of them in this stack. Anyway, this is the wave. I called it wave purse and tote, and this size was intended to be a purse. This was on the original pattern cover. But how this, and this was from, I want to say 2004 or 5. I think it has a 2007 copyright on it, but I designed it back in like 2003, 4, 5, somewhere around in there. And how this works is it has a wave. So wave purse and tote. Pocket, 2 pockets on the outside, and the way it goes together is 2 pockets on the inside. Now in the last video of this little batch of videos, I'll show you the ones that I've done most recently, and I figured out how to put a zipper really simply into these, but it'll have both of these sizes. It has both of these sizes in the pattern. This rather kind of a large purse, small tote size. There's another, that same thing. And then it has the large size in it. With my patterns back then, and I continue this, everything had either 2 sizes or 2 different or more piecings of what you could do. What I'm doing as I'm updating some of these, what I'm doing is changing them to where they still have 2 sizes or 2 piecings or both, but I'm also trying to make some samples where there's not a lot of the piecing and it's more just fabric blocking. I don't want to call it color blocking, but it's more just fabric blocking to where you're not doing a lot of piecing unless you want to. So you'll have the option of having it pieced or unpieced, and then potentially multiple sizes. But this has been far and away my biggest seller, And I will be perfectly honest, I am quite flabbergasted and shocked that all these years later, I haven't seen anybody copy this pattern. And that blows my mind. This one's just a simple tote. I love this little dancing dogs. Just has an oval shaped bottom, piecing along the top. There's one thing you'll notice, I use stripes a lot in binding. I love a stripe binding. Love, love, love. This one is the fat quarter tote. It uses 4 fat quarters. So here's a fat quarter on the bottom, a fat quarter on each side, and one of the fat quarters is split to do the top, front, and back. The corners fold up. Fun way to use flat quarters. This is another, let's see, I have multiples of this style of tote. That's that tote. Yeah, well, those two anyway. And I just made some of these, exactly these totes, but done with the foam batting, which wasn't available back in those days. And I kept going, this thing looks huge. Why is it so big? They weren't this big. Until I pulled out these samples and went, it's exactly the same size, but when they're mushed and flat, they don't look as big as when they're can stand on their own. But this was using what in those days was called a watercolor technique, where you take a floral and you'd cut it out to where some places were dense and some lightened out, and it was called watercolor. I don't know quite why it was called watercolor, but that's what it was called. This was doing, it's a lot of half square triangles. This one was a take on my wave with just a swoop on one side and this on the inside, and it was a way of putting a zipper inside of it, but it gave you pockets. How it assembled together gave you pockets. This one was kind of, had the same bottom as that expandable tote, but it wasn't expandable. And again, I wasn't real big on finishing my, I would talk my mom into hand tacking binding down. Now I don't mind doing that. That's what's weird. I don't remember what this one was called either. Has a folded bottom tote. Oh, it's a folded bottom tote. Has a folded bottom. Has a pieced band on it. This is that same one I showed you, the expandable tote, without the expansion bit where it's got the crossover. I'm running out of stacking room. This is another take. This one's called Shopper's Tote. This was another take of making peaks rather than waves. And so inside 2 pockets, outside 2 pockets. I did that one for a shop hop. Western Washington has been doing a shop hop since like 2000. Trying to see if I have a year on here. I don't know what year this was from, but I made this for the shop hop, and the pattern was available at one of the stores. I was doing that for them. This is another just simple little tote. It's been through the laundry a few times. Got a pocket on the inside. Another just tote with multiple pockets front and back. Boop. Some of these I'm like, yeah, I remember it, but I don't. Kind of thing. And this is scoop tote again. I didn't want to tack my binding down, so it doesn't. Oh, here's the straps for it. And this one you'll see here again in a little bit. So, okay, that's all the open totes without zipper closers on them. So now we're going to do the ones that zip close. Let me move these guys out of the way. Okay, so those are all the unzipped totes. These are the zip ones. Of course, I start with one. This is a duffel tote, and this one will be, that's the bottom, coming back. It's got a zipper at the top. Again, not bound. Those of you who know my paper crafting, I'm notorious for not always completely finishing something if I'm not going to end up using it. This one was that saddle person tote. I showed you the saddle looking one that was in that olive green and rust. So this is the tote version. Zips closed. Has handles and a strap and a zippered pocket on the back. This one has gone to, this has been on airplanes. It's been to a zillion retreats, all sorts of things, because it's nice and big. This one, I just recently, some of you may have seen it. Oh, my cats sleep on these. Recently seen this one. This is a weekender tote. And you may have seen this recently because I just made a fresh version of this on my Instagram. You can see it there. One of the things you see on many of the totes I used to do is I would get plastic tubing at the hardware store and it cut it into like 4-inch strips, and you put that on the handles because you have to do it while it's under construction, but it kind of saved your hands because I could load these up super uber heavy. So that one is a pattern coming up real soon. This was from another Shop Hop. This is Shop Hop fabric, and this one was from 2004. Now this one, and I've got a whole bunch of these, this is my most popular tote pattern that I've ever done. This is the carry-all tote. This pattern is, oh, the wave is up on my, that wave person tote, up on my website currently. And this one is also up on my website because these are a couple that I taught, as well as one of the packs I'm showing you soon. And then the round pouches and the square pouches. I have 5 patterns on the website currently, but keep an eye out over the course of the rest of the summer as I will be getting many more of them up. But this is the carry-all tote. It holds a ton, has pockets, front, back, sides, and it does have these flaps. Can either be set inside or they can pop up and zip. One thing nice is when they zipped, especially if you were taking this to classes or retreat, your 6-inch ruler could fit in that opening to go down at your toe. So here's another one. This is another one of the Shop Hop fabrics. This is that gypsy tote. That should have been in the other pile. This was that weekender that I just updated the sample of, and that's the next pattern. This is where I forgot to put the handle on, or I stole the handle off of it and cut it and then retied it and just put that knot inside there. But that's the weekender tote. That was probably one of the next patterns that's going to be up. Again, carry-all. This is one of my absolute favorite ones. This, I love the color. This one was my mom's. She used this a ton. This one was also my mom's, and she used this one a lot with little puppy dogs on it. So carry-all tote, you can get that one. That pattern's available. Currently, been updated. It's electronic. You download it, and away you go. So anyway, that is all of my totes. So in the next video, I'm going to show you all the packs and pouches and the briefcase that I have. So come on back for the next one.